cancel, and I want to press OK. So this is the details, and then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to copy all this. So this is one pivot table. I want to copy another pivot table over here. So this pivot table, what I want to do is I want to show the region, I mean the countries, and also the sales. So what I'll do is I'll just remove all this. Remove, okay, so remove this as well, remove this as well, and I'll go to region. I put the countries at the rows. So now we have this data over here. So I want to sort the data. So right click, you select any number, right click, sort largest to smallest. So just like that. So we notice that Malaysia has the highest sales. And what I'll do next is I'll go to value filter and I want to choose top 10. I don't want to show any country. I just want to show the top 10 countries. So click it over here and press OK. So now we have the top 10 countries. So now what's next? Okay, next one is I'll just copy this again and paste it over here. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll remove the countries, I remove the order status, and now it will show me this data over here. But of course this one, it will show me the total revenue. So what I'll do is I'll do the same thing. I'll go to transaction, and then the order status, I'll just put it over here. So we have about 485,000 total sales except for the cancel one. Alright, so now here we have this data, here we have the workings. So what I'll do next is, okay, so I'll just remove the other two sheets. And this one over here, I'll just put it over here. So this one, I'll rename this as workings. And over here, I'll rename this as dashboard. Okay, so this is where we'll do the presentation. So what I'll do is, I will try to actually create a header. And I'll merge over here. So here will be a header over here. And then from here, I will just try to create about, I think, 3 different visuals. So first thing is, I'll try to go to pivot table analyze, click pivot chart, and I press OK. So now we have these details. I don't want these buttons, the fill button. So right click, hide all button, and then click on the add chart elements, and then remove the legend because I don't want legend, I don't want the line. So remove the legend, remove the green line, and I put data labels. So now we have this information over here. But of course, if you notice, even if I extend this, it's a bit scattered, right? So how to actually make the data label smaller? What you can do is, you can select the y-axis or vertical axis. Just press right click, format axis, and then after that, display units over here. Because when you press right click, format axis pane will appear. Over here, we have display units, and just click on millions. So now it looks better. Alright, so there you go. And I just want to put it somewhere here. Okay, so now we have this information. And let me just put it over here. Okay, so now we have these details. And I want to create a slicer. Okay, so insert slicer. So I want one slicer for sub-product category. And another slicer which shows the region. Okay, so now we have a slices. And then what I'll do is, okay, so now it's only appear in one column. So I go to slicer. Here we have columns 1. So if just say I put here 2, it will appear 2 columns, 3 columns. Like it goes 1, 2, 3. I want it to make it 5. Okay, so let me expand this. So once I expand over here, and then let me just adjust accordingly. Alright. Okay, so here you go. Here we have these details. And I want to do the same thing as well. This one I'll just put here 5 columns. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 columns because I want to put in one space, easy for me. Alright, so just remove this and put it over here. Okay, and expand accordingly. Alright, there you go. So now this is the information. So we have 2 slices. So what I'll do is, okay, so now this is one of the visual. Go to workings again. Put my cursor over here. Okay, wait. Alright. So put my cursor in the pivot table analyze, go to pivot chart, and then I'll just go to bar. Okay, bar chart. Because why I choose bar chart? Column chart is very useful when you want to make a comparison from January to December, or from quarter 1 to quarter 4, or from financial year 2021 to 2025. Because its column chart is normally used when you make comparison for periodic basis. But I choose bar chart because I want to make a comparison among the region. Okay, so I'm going to press this OK, and just like that. So this one, right click, and then I hide all fill. And then over here, what I'll do is I'll put here data labels and remove the grid lines, remove the legend. So even though if you notice carefully, even though you have already sorted largest to smallest, but the data appear from smallest to largest. So we can actually amend this. How to do is select this, right click, format axis, and categories in reverse order, meaning it will be in the normal format. And this format also I want to do the same. I want to put in millions. So here millions. Of course, this one I can actually remove. I remove this. Okay, there you go. Control X, go here, and let me just put it over here. Alright, so down this is the data, and let me just adjust accordingly. So let me just adjust, and there you go. So now you have this data over here. Alright, so now if you notice over here, this is the information. Let me just adjust the size. Alright, there you go. So here we have the visual from January to December. Here we have the top 10 performing countries. So what I'll do is, I'll just select this, right click, okay, maybe I'll just select both. Right click, and then of course, wait, let me just select one first. Right click, report connection, and then I will try to enable all. Okay, so let me just enable all. Okay, and then I'll do the same as well. Right click, report connection, and I enable for all. So that means any changes, that means if I click here, just say Africa, you will notice that it will appear, the changes will appear on both visual. When I click on Americas, it will appear changes in both visual. When I click on APAC, so you'll notice it changes accordingly. Alright, so now the changes has been there. Next step is I want to create another pivot table. So let me just copy this. Okay, copy this and let me put it over here. Alright, so now we have another pivot table. What I want to do here right now, okay, so of course we do have this status. So basically from here, what I want to do is, okay, so I will try to go to this data over here, inventories, and remove the countries. I will put the product category. Okay, so here we have the product category, and then what I'll do next is, okay, so now this is the information, and then what I'll do, I will just try to go to create another values over here. So I open the transaction, so total revenue, I'll put it over here, and again over here. So now this is the information. This one, I'll just right click, and then what I'll do next is, I'll try to go to show value as, and also I'll try to put percentage of grand total. So just like that, it will change. But I want to show largest to smallest. So right click, sort largest to smallest. So it'll appear automatically. And then of course, if you notice carefully, here we have these details. So what I'll do is, I will try to highlight all this, go to conditional formatting, and I'll just try to put data bars, click it over here. So we have the data bar, but I want to actually do some changes. Manage rule. So instead of this pivot table, I want to put current selection. Okay, from here, and then I go to edit rule and show bar only. So now if just say I just change, okay, so now it has changed, and then when I press OK, so now it looks better. So if just say when I click Middle East, you'll notice the changes, and if just say I click on non-food item, you will notice there are changes. So what I'll do next is, I'll try to change this. So basically what I'll do, I'll just put here total or overall sales. This is the percentage allocation, and this is the performance. Okay, and I'll try to put it at center. Go to this pivot table analyze, off the field. So we don't have these details over here. I don't want the grand total. So go to design, grand total, and off. So now we don't have grand total. And then if just say I clear, so now it looks like this. And if I clear, it looks like this again. Okay, and then what I want to do next is, I want to create a box over here. So